Hello, everybody, and welcome to Romanceful's Tarot. I'm about to begin here with a reading. Now, this is a reading for the 27th of December 2020, and it is a general reading, so it might not resonate with everybody. So please do take whatever resonates with you and simply leave the rest of it aside. If ever you do have any questions, if ever you would like to inquire about having your own reading, please do contact me. All of my information is right below into the YouTube description box. Also, if you do enjoy the channel and you have not yet subscribed, please do take a brief moment of your time to click the subscribe button to show your support to the channel and to myself, and it would be greatly appreciated, and I do thank you in advance. So that being said, we are going to get right to this reading. This is a reading from Spirit. Spirit wants to warn you about some blind spots. So we're going to begin with that, and we're going to conclude after with a message from one of your guides. So this reading here is a channeled and dedicated reading to the sign of Libra. So with no further ado, let's begin. All right, and I'm going to move over your guide card right over here so we don't forget it at the end. Okay, so we're going to begin by speaking here about some isolation, okay? Right now, you are isolating yourself. And either you're telling yourself that you're not isolating yourself, or you're telling yourself that you need to go and you need to do it alone. And, when you don't need to do it alone. You probably have all kinds of very understandable reasons why you are isolating yourself. People don't isolate for no reason, but this isolation is not benefiting you, and it is making the situation at hand quite impossible for you. You might be not asking for help, not accepting help, not communicating with others, not including others in your decisions, feeling like you need to do things on your own and simply avoiding people. No matter what the case may be here, the situation at hand cannot be solved if you continue into this pattern. You can't continue to leave all those barriers up and to isolate yourself into your home or into your world. There is a common belief that people hold that happiness and that love should come from a place within and should never ever be dependent on what anyone else does or does not do. It tells you that your well-being is not anyone else's responsibility. It is your responsibility. It tells you that every person needs to look after himself or herself, and that we need to learn to distance ourselves emotionally from others so that we can remain undisturbed by other people. This modality teaches us that if we can't keep an even keel, remain emotionally detached, and be completely independent, happy, something is wrong with us, and we aren't enmeshed with others or codependent. All forms of dependency are seen as a certain deficiency. The need for other people is seen as a certain addiction to other people. Following this belief, one begins to begin a model of the world that is lonely and that is separated. So when it seems like the message that the universe is giving to you is that you can only rely on yourself and that you cannot have your needs met by others, remind yourself that this is not the universe's message or the intention. It is simply the reflection of the fear that you are alone and that your needs cannot be met by others, and that the weight of the world is on your shoulders alone. It is simply the reflection of your resistance to yourself, your resistance to the truth of how you feel, and your self-distrust. The reality is that you belong to a group of species. Connection is a more important human need than even food or even water. Otherwise, people who lose loved ones would not enter periods of grief when they feel no need for food. Loss of connection would not so often make people fail to thrive. We live in an interdependent universe where everything is in existence, but everybody is linked. But we have projected forth into the physical dimension, and where our individual perspectives, they are creating very little subjective realities. So, we are all dependent on other things. We are not self-sufficient. We depend on the food that we eat. We depend on the air that we breathe. And we are also dependent on one another. So we need one another, and there is nothing wrong with this. Now, you've received this message, this sigil. You have to stop isolating yourself. You need to start involving other people in you. And in this situation at hand, instead of looking at the world in ways that simply isolates you, such as people that don't understand you and how you are different from them, you need to look at the world in ways that connect you. Such as people who do understand you and the ways in which you are is exactly the same as others. So that is your blind spot. It's really about isolating yourself. You don't want to continue isolating yourself. You don't want to continue into this pattern. And once you get into the pattern, it's really difficult to get out of the pattern because you start isolating yourself more and more and more, and people keep distancing themselves more and more. You become more secluded. People are not able to come towards you, and your happiness begins with you. So you need to let those barriers down. You need to stop isolating yourself for whichever reason why you're doing it. Now we're going to move on forward to your guide message, and your guide message is you are here for a reason. No soul just shows up on earth just like that for no reason. There is a reason and there is a plan. Never feel as though you do not have a purpose. Nothing is further from the truth. There are a finite numbers of souls that are experiencing this earth plane at this moment with you. You are essential. You have a function to serve, not only for yourself, but for all the other beings who have agreed to join you here. There's a divine plan in motion, and you are an integral part of it. Not any more, not any less than anybody else. The spiritual realm doesn't attach significance or importance to certain tools. All plays their part equally. The human psyche is drawn to comparisons. Better than, smarter than, richer than, more powerful than, more famous than. The guides, they ask you to respect yourself for the courageous, essential, and loved member of spirit that you are. And this message is a reminder to you that no matter the earthly circumstances, you have purpose and you are needed. And this does conclude your beautiful reading. I do hope that you enjoyed. I do hope that it brought you some interesting messages that you're going to be able to use onto your path. If you do have any questions you would like to contact me, please feel free to do so. My information is right below. If you have not yet subscribed, please do subscribe, and I wish you a beautiful day. I thank you for being there. Thank you for listening, and I will see you soon with another message. Have yourself a great day.